and I'm with Capture 3D. Thank you so much for joining us today. We recently shared some new innovations in 3D scanning and dimensional inspection with the launch of the ATOS Q and new GOM software updates. GOM continues to lead the field with some exciting news for you today, the launch of the new GOM ScanCobot. The GOM ScanCobot combines the efficiency and repeatability of cobot automation with the high-accuracy full-field measurement data of ATOS 3D scanners, and it achieves this at a breakthrough, affordable price for small to medium-sized objects. In today's fast-paced manufacturing world, companies frequently turn to digital twin, quality 4.0, and automated solutions to stay competitive. More than ever, it's now critical that the technology you choose helps to maintain and grow your competitive advantage while also future-proofing your investments and providing repeatable and accurate results. The GOM ScanCobot is engineered to excel in these main areas. Number 1, ease of use. With features like the virtual measuring room software, quick interchangeable measuring volumes, and a portable self-contained workstation, the GOM ScanCobot eliminates complex and time-consuming programming tasks. Number 2, quality measurement data. While the GOM ScanCobot is an affordable entry into automated scanning, it doesn't compromise on quality. Equipped with ATOS technology, it collects the high-quality measurement data that ATOS systems are known for and relied upon worldwide. Number 3, reliable, repeatable results. Over the past 20 years, we've had a lot of success bringing automated measurement solutions from the lab onto the shop floor. And now we're so happy to bring these capabilities to even more people with the new GOM ScanCobot. So today, I'm excited to introduce you to the newest member of our 3D scanning family, the GOM ScanCobot. Our team is live in the chat, ready to engage with you throughout the event. And don't forget to stay till the end to get all of your questions answered in the live Q&A. Let's get started.
So one of the customers I worked with, it was a small business, he and his daughter, and they wanted to upgrade, so they're competing with the market at a level that they can be the top small business in their field. So the guy actually jumped onto our website and sent a message over chat, and he was surprised that there was a real person on the other end. At Capture 3D, we don't have bots answering questions. There's someone on the other end, and in this case, it was myself. I ended up jumping onto another computer and having a full virtual demo, and within 20 minutes of that virtual demo, he was very much excited to get this technology in his machine shop as soon as possible. After that, we had an hour phone call, and we discussed pricing, we discussed how it will suit his engineers, how we could get everything sorted out, and now he's very happy because the past 2 days he's been going through the training and he loves it.
Hi, my name is Jason, and I'm an application engineer here at Capture 3D. Today, we'll introduce the GOM ScanCobot. The GOM ScanCobot is a budget-friendly, automated solution that specializes in high-resolution 3D scanning and low-volume inspection for accurate quality control. Suppose you need to digitize an object to create CAD or redesign some of its features, or maybe inspect the dimensions of a 3D printed prototype. Maybe you have to do a full first article inspection on a machine part, or you need to check the casting right off of the production line. The GOM ScanCobot is a great new solution for all of these issues. With its portability, you can bring the GOM ScanCobot directly on site and create a digital twin to analyze and resolve quality issues immediately. Now, let's watch a presentation from our partners at GOM for more details about the GOM ScanCobot's versatile applications.
Before products end up in our everyday life, they go through a process of design, prototyping, and production ramp-up. Timing here is critical. These pre-production stages should be as short as possible. In the shaping of products by injection molding, casting, additive manufacturing, or stamping, tools and parts need to be inspected regularly.
With the new ATOS Q on GOM ScanCobot, we created a collaborative inspection solution to support your product development process. Simply move it to where it is needed, directly in your office, in the lab, or production area. Just put the part on the rotation table, and in a matter of seconds, the GOM Inspect software calculates automatically the measurement program. And then the GOM ScanCobot takes over the work. The ATOS Q delivers highly precise, full-field 3D coordinates. You get a digital twin of the actual part.
GOM makes automated scanning easy and brings comprehensive quality control at the pre-production stage to improve your final product quality. Let us have a look at how we use the ATOS Q on GOM ScanCobot for the launch of a new cast part.
As in any other production processes, the casting of metal parts is a complex process where many things can go wrong. During the launch of the new products, the ATOS Q on the GOM ScanCobot will give you detailed insight into the dimensional quality of your tools and parts. Here we see a very first sand mold. It takes the ATOS Q only a few minutes to get a digital copy. Even the smallest details needed are captured to check if this shape is ready to cast the right part. The 500mm measuring volume of the ATOS Q makes scanning fast and efficient. A color plot gives an immediate view on the overall quality of the shape. The GOM Inspect Suite software offers a complete set of inspection and reporting tools up to the full GD&T analysis. The new ATOS Q is equipped with interchangeable lenses. These lenses can be easily changed to adapt to the different measuring tasks. This is the core used in the casting process. It creates the hollow tubular area inside the part. With a few reference points on the core, it can be turned upside down in the middle of the inspection process, so 360-degree data is captured from all the sides. The programming of the core can be done with a few mouse clicks. We define an envelope around the part and select the number of sensor positions. The programming system of the ATOS Q on GOM ScanCobot is made to make life easy for you. If cut is available, the Smart Teach functionality can create perfect positions to measure even the most complex parts at this flywheel. Within a few minutes, a safe robot program is ready to go part inspection. The results of these 3D inspections give an immediate feedback whether these parts can be used for the casting process or need to be adjusted beforehand. Final cast parts can be inspected for shape, wall thickness and feature locations. The parametric GOM Inspect Suite software even supports multi-part scanning and trend analysis of many parts in the production lifecycle.
The ATOS Q on GOM ScanCobot realizes fast and easy prototyping, tool-making, and tryout, accelerating the pre-production stage and improving quality control and assurance of final products. GOM's easy automated solution makes 3D inspection fast and efficient.
Now you've seen how efficiently and effectively the GOM ScanCobot handles various applications to seamlessly integrate into any manufacturing process. Like all GOM products, the GOM ScanCobot is compatible with GOM software and ATOS sensors. The ATOS core and the ATOS Q can be mounted onto the GOM ScanCobot to collect high-quality data. The virtual measuring room feature of GOM software can program and simulate scanning positions. This means that there's no need for a teach pendant, and programs can be transferred between computers and other ATOS automated solutions. With a small footprint, the mobile GOM ScanCobot can fit into any environment. Up next, Bjorn will talk about some of the specifics of the GOM ScanCobot hardware.
In the next 2 minutes, I will give you a technical overview about this collaborative solution. Collaboration or working together is our main focus here. Maybe you already know our larger ScanBox solutions in which we use industrial heavy-duty robots. For the GOM ScanCobot, we now use a collaborative robot moving around the A2Q sensor. The 6-axis GOM ScanCobot is programmed by using the virtual measuring room software. Therefore, you don't need to have any experience with robots. The parts you want to inspect are placed on this rotation table. The rotation table can be even loaded with up to 50 kilograms, that means 110 pounds. The maximum size for your parts is 500 millimeters in diameter. So even with this sand core, casting sand core, is no problem for the GOM ScanCobot. So what makes this solution so unique? It is the combination of easy programming and the technology of the A2Q. The A2Q combines high-speed scanning, high resolution and a self-monitoring system. 5 different measuring volumes are available to adapt the system to the needs of your parts. If you want to scan highly detailed parts like these, then choose the smallest 100 millimeter volume that gives you the highest resolution and a high accuracy. For larger parts like this one on the table right now, then choose the 500 millimeter volume. It is fast and still has enough resolution for the inspection you want to do. The A2Q comes with GOM's triple scan technology, which creates complete scan data even in areas that are difficult to reach. Looks like we finished the inspection. Let's have a quick look what is inside the system. Underneath the table, we have the robot controller and the processing unit. Your laptop and desktop computer connects easily to the GOM ScanCobot. One standard power socket is all you need to get the system running. The GOM ScanCobot is made to work with you. If you're going through a serious product improvements during launch phase, you can bring this inspection system right to the place where it is needed. A set of strong wheels and fixators will help you to move the GOM ScanCobot to where you need it. With less than 200 kilograms weight and 75 centimeters width, the GOM ScanCobot passes easily through doors and can be even moved to other floors in an elevator. GOM ScanCobot, just like the larger ATOS ScanBox models, is available with a standardized safety housing. The housing is made of steel and plastic transparent sheets, and with a door opening of 150 centimeters, which makes it easy to load and unload your parts.
Bjorn just gave us some insight into the hardware used to create the GOM ScanCobot to ensure its reliability and durability in creating a repeatable process. Now let's move on to some of the tech features. As mentioned before, the GOM ScanCobot is compatible with both the ATOS Core and the ATOS Q sensors. The ATOS Q can have up to 12 million points per scan, and the ATOS Core can have up to 5 million points per scan. This allows for the collection of industry-leading high-quality data with each individual scan. Both scanners use the triple scan principle, cutting down the time needed to gather data. And of course, the signature GOM blue light fringe technology. Our blue light provides accurate, non-contact measurement and automatic scan alignment for clean data. The GOM ScanCobot provides a repeatable process by minimizing the chances of human error. It also frees up time to work on other projects while creating a uniform process for every subsequent use. Imagine you need to perform low-volume batch inspection, let's say 100 of these parts. Instead of having to position the sensor around the part manually every time, the program repeats the sensor positions and allows you to work on other important things. Once the program is created, all it takes is a few button presses for the GOM ScanCobot to begin the scanning process. It performs the same scans at the same positions for each of those 100 parts. While we let the GOM ScanCobot scan this gearbox housing, Bjorn will show us how easy it is to create a program with the GOM software.
Hi, welcome back. The GOM ScanCobot is your collaborative inspection system. With collaboration or working together, we mean taking over work from you. I will show you how the virtual measuring room in the software plays a crucial role here. Programming the robot is done entirely in the software. No robot control panel or robot in hand is needed. The best scanning positions for the A2Q are defined by its GOM Smart Teach functionality. The way how we start depends on if we have a cut design available or not. Let's first have a look on this part, for example, and let's see how we work in the software if we don't have any cut data. Having no CAD data, we need to give the software an idea of the size and the shape of the part. For that, we define the dimension of one of these geometrical shapes where our part fits best into. Half sphere or box for box-shaped parts, a cylinder for long parts, or a disc for flat parts. The amount of measurement positions we select depends on the complexity of the part. Simple shapes require fewer positions of the sensor. Complex parts will require more viewing angles. With the envelope of the part defined, the teaching software creates the scanning positions. The virtual measuring room will now take care that the robot does not enter the envelope you created. With a few mouse clicks, we created a safe robotized inspection process. In case we have a CAD file, we have a lot more information about the exact shape of the part. Using CAD data, a minimum number of positions will be defined to scan a maximum of areas on the part. This will be our new test part, a 3D metal printing part. Before printing more of these, we would like to know if this is the first one within the tolerance. Let's have a look in the software. So I need to start with uploading the CAD data of our part. Here we also have inspection data available. So if you have PMI information on what has to be inspected and which tolerances have to be used included in the CAD data, we will use them too for the programming. To give you an idea on the ease of defining these inspections, I will add this hole here and inspect it for position and size. For this part, next to the specific inspection item, I would also like to have an overall view of the shape of the part. For this, we request a color plot of the entire shape. SmartTeach will now use information for features to be inspected and our overall color plot to define the minimum number of positions needed. In less than a minute, we have a robot program. We can further optimize it by defining the fastest route along the positions. If needed, the optimization will automatically create some intermediate positions for the robot to avoid any collision. So the virtual program is ready and can be moved to the GOM ScanCobot. With our program ready, we can start the inspection process. During the scanning process, the mesh is being built up using the minimum number of positions used for the ATOS Q. The virtual measuring room in the GOM software took all over the robot programming from me. It even calculated the minimum scan positions. Easy, fast and safe. Look like he's ready. Let's have a look on the results. The scan result is a highly detailed mesh including all the inspection features and the color plot of the entire shape of the part. If your inspection template includes reports, a simple recalculation of this part generates all the reports with another simple mouse click. This was an introduction of SmartTeach in the GOM Inspect Suite software. We had a look at how to measure single parts. From 2020 onwards, the software also supports an easy workflow to scan multiple parts in one program. The ATOS Q and GOM ScanCobot, a really smart solution.
Bjorn just covered how to use VMR with and without CAD. Now my scanning is complete, and I'm going to show off some of the software's capabilities for inspection. I'm going to create inspection elements, but if you have them defined in your CAD, like PMI data, this can be imported. Also, if you create your inspection plan the first time, you can save it as a template. The next time, the software will automatically create the elements, inspect the data, and populate the report. In that batch inspection example I talked about earlier, I only have to set up the inspections once, and then apply the template to the subsequent 99 parts. Reports can be shared with the free GOM Inspect Suite software, exported as spreadsheets or PDFs. Now, let's start the inspection. The inspection process follows 3 basic steps: the alignment, element creation, and checks. Okay. Pre-alignment is the overall best fit between the CAD and the mesh. There are other alignments in the software such as RPS, local best fit, datum system alignments, and much more. Now that I have my alignment, we can create a surface comparison. surface comparison is a color map of the deviation between the CAD and the mesh. The red areas means that the mesh or the actual part is above the CAD, which means we might have excess material. The blue area means that the actual part is below the CAD, so we may not have enough material. The data visualization tells me exactly where I need to focus, so I can use my expertise to resolve the issue without looking at spreadsheets or numbers. This creates a collaborative environment that improves communication between you, your team, managers, and suppliers. Once we create the surface comparison, we can check the deviation values using our deviation labels. If you want to check specific callouts, we can also construct elements directly on the CAD. For example, let's say we want to create a cylinder and check the diameter. We can construct an auto cylinder directly onto the CAD. After this, I'm going to apply something called a measuring principle. A measuring principle is a feature that allows the software to automatically create actual elements based on the nominal elements that we've created. Now that we have both the actual and the nominal element, I can just simply check the diameter. The ATOS software comes with GD&T capabilities as well. In this case, we'll use a feature called GD&T Quick Create. Clicking on this option will show a drop-down menu with every GD&T callout. Now we'll check the flatness of this bottom plane. Once I've selected flatness, all I have to do is select this bottom plane, input my tolerance, and press OK. The software will automatically create all the necessary elements and checks, and now we can see the flatness of this plane with just 3 button presses. Once we have all of our inspections, I can simply press this camera icon to create a report page. Report pages are fully customizable, but the software will also have default report formats for immediate use. These report pages can be exported as a PDF, be used in a PowerPoint format, or a number of other file formats. The GOM software is intelligent and very comprehensive. I just showed you some of the basics, but it can calculate stuff like golden meshes, average meshes, sectional analysis, surface defects, point and curve-based inspections, trend analysis, and the list goes on. If you want to dive any deeper into the features or capabilities we've mentioned today, connect with our engineering team to schedule a live online demo. Also, I'll provide a sample inspection report of this casted part to show some more in-depth examples. If you're interested in getting a copy or scheduling a demo, email us at connect@capture3d.com. Now we'll hear from our expert here at Capture3D, Steve Reif, our automation and launch manager.
Thanks, Jason, for that in-depth review on the GOM ScanCobot. I'm really excited today. My name is Catherine from Capture3D because I have Mr. Steve Reif, our automation and launch success manager, with me in the hot seat. Thanks so much, Steve, for joining us today.
Thanks for having me. Happy to be here.
Thanks. So when you joined the team in 2019, we were really thrilled because we knew automation and launch support were two key components that we want to ensure our customers were successful in. And so we have a wide number of audience members joining us here today. I kind of want to go over what those two things are as far as the services we offer. So if you don't mind, what is launch success, and what customers might find value?
Launch success is a dedicated team of individuals whose sole purpose is to ensure our customers' automated systems transition from install to full production as quickly and efficiently as possible, while providing a fully trained staff and the fastest ROI possible. There's many different industries that can utilize launch support, but I think a great example would be a new vehicle launch from an automotive OEM. At the onset of the project, we assign one of our engineers specifically to you to guide you through the entire process. What they'll do is gather your CAD information, inspection points, fixture CAD, and start analyzing everything to be sure that no adjustments need to be made and that everything's perfect. Once we're done with that, we'll bring it all into our offline programming. We call it VMR, or virtual measuring room, to begin the offline programming. Here, the team can start creating and optimizing the entire measurement and reporting process to ensure a robust and repeatable program. All of this is happening well before the system has arrived on your site for install so that no time is wasted. And then once the scan box has been installed, the team will arrive at your facility for validation. All validation is doing is bringing what we've created in the offline world into the real world and ensuring that everything is the same. There might be some small adjustments that need to be made to the program, but for the most part, it's a pretty quick process. After that, we move into what we would deem technically our launch phase. During this phase, and validation is completed, the launch team steps in to help your operators through the ramp up phase of production, right? We're going to ensure that there's no unnecessary hurdles or downtime questions so that we can continue hands-on training for best practices and ensure that it's quick and successful.
That is great. So when I think of launch support, I think of it almost as our full service. You guys do really everything, and it really helps customers who are, either have a critical project or maybe they're in a time crunch, or perhaps they just don't have the bandwidth, with the team members to be able to fully launch their automation project. That is really neat. So I think another team I know the other team that you manage is our automation team, and they're like one of my favorite. They're kind of like what I think of the secret lab. And so every time I ask Larry, hey, Larry, can you make this and text message through SMS this report to everyone? And he's like, yeah, not a problem. So I think that's really neat. And, I know it's almost like the secret team because no one really knows what they do behind the scenes. So can you let me know if someone were to get automation services, like what might, they be looking for or getting?
Sure, Kat. While the standard software is incredibly powerful, some of our users are looking for a more personalized interface or to isolate and streamline delivery of specific data that's important to their team. Customers request everything from mild to wild, and our team is here to make sure it happens. Whether you need something simple like an automatic project evaluation for pass-fail, automated email reports or mobile phone alerts, or something more advanced, batch processing with custom exports, defect mapping with custom exports, evaluations, and labels, or data export for integration into adaptive machining processes. For the most part, if you can dream it, we can achieve it.
All right, so that is fantastic. I can really imagine, some of these services even being applied for the GOM ScanCobot. So one of the things about the GOM ScanCobot I am thrilled about is that it's an entry-level system that really brings people into the world of high precision metrology in an automated configuration. And so the GOM ScanCobot with the ATOS core starts at $130K. That includes everything from hardware, software, training, installation, 1-year support. And so it's really exciting to be able to offer this high-end solution for everyone. But I know we have lots of different automated solutions and scan boxes. So can you kind of help our audience, decipher who might be the right person for the GOM ScanCobot?
Yeah, absolutely. We're targeted towards people in product development, innovation labs, first article inspection, 3D printing, startups, production line checks. These are generally low volume, but where it's very important for fast and repeatable inspection. The ScanCobot's a great starting point to prepare for future growth when you might have an increased need to measure more parts.
Yeah, and you know what I really like about it? So, I'm a minimalist myself, and so I really like that compact design and the footprint. It's like you can kind of wheel it anywhere, whether you're in the lab or whether you're in the shop floor. So are there any other features that you're excited about?
I mean, like you mentioned, and I want to touch on it again, the price for high quality automated 3D measurement data is pretty incredible.
Totally.
It's an excellent gateway system for companies to experience automated inspection and create a full digital twin of their part. utilizing the VMR software, which is the same offline programming software you'll find on any of our scan boxes across our entire range. Makes it really simple to program, and also the knowledge gain doing that is applicable to our larger production-focused systems as well.
Yeah, I totally agree. The GOM ScanCobot is super exciting. Like Rick said, making it available to everyone. So before I go, I do want to say great job to you and your team. I know your team might be listening, so I just want to give it a thumbs up. Awesome job. I love what they're working on. And, thanks so much for your time, Steve. I really appreciate it.
No, thank you, Kat. Glad I could be here to help highlight a great team and a great product.
Wow, GOM really created a great solution to bring automated 3D scanning to everyone. I can't wait to hear about all the success stories that come from the GOM ScanCobot and the difference it makes in quality inspections everywhere. We definitely covered a lot in a short amount of time, so let's quickly recap. The GOM ScanCobot is engineered to focus on number 1, ease of use, number 2, collecting quality measurement data, and number 3, allowing for a simple, repeatable, automated measurement process. This new system is available now to new ATOS users or as a simple automation upgrade for current ATOS users. So don't be shy. Contact us now to get your quote, proof of concept, or demo. Now, I know you must have questions, so let me turn this over to Sonia for our live Q&A section with our expert panelists.
Thank you, Emily. Thanks, everyone, for joining us today and staying until the Q&A session. My name is Sonia Jones, and I'm an event manager at Capture 3D. It's an absolute delight to welcome so many of you here today, and I hope you enjoyed the presentation portion of our event. So today's Q&A session welcomes our great expert panelists that for the experts on our products and applications, and they'll be answering the questions that came through during the event. We have Frank Stone, who is our National Sales Manager. Hi, Frank. How you doing, Sonia? Doing pretty well. How are you? So we also have Josh Old, who is our Director of Engineering. And thank you both for coming on to help us answer some of our audience questions, guys. And we actually received a ton of questions through the public chat, as well as those that came through directly sent to the panelists and the host. And I basically jotted them down, and I'm going to go down the list and pick some of the questions for Frank and Josh. I realize some of the questions require more in-depth conversation, and so we'll reach out to you guys afterwards to have a discussion and to get further clarification. All right, so it looks like we have about, let's say, 13, 14 minutes left for the Q&A session, so let's get right into it. So this question has been asked more than once, actually, and I'd like Frank to start and address this. The first question is, how much does the GOM ScanCobot cost?
All right, well, thanks, Sonia. So there are several options, but the entry into metrology grade automation starts at $130,000. For the ATOS core, that's the ScanCobot with a laptop, complete GOM inspection software plus the VMR module for the automation. And as Kat mentioned earlier in the interview, that includes everything from shipping, installation, training, and support. So it's a great value, especially to get into metrology-grade automation.
That's right. Thank you, Frank. Next question, I would like Josh to answer. Corey asked, I noticed that the parts had small dots on them. Do you need to use those dots to be able to scan parts? Which I think very interesting question.
Yeah, good question. Thanks, Sonia. And the answer is no, you don't need targets to scan certain parts. Parts with unique geometries or non-symmetrical parts would have no problem scanning without targets. Using targets, though, brings a higher level of quality tracking to the overall process. So targets help us track calibration of the sensor, transformation of our scans, movement of the sensor or the part, and basically checks the stability of your overall setup. So even then, you still do not need to place the targets on the surface of the part. Like in the video, you can place it around the part, like on the table next to it, or you can put them on like reference frames, basically like 4-post frames that hold the targets for like production inspection, so you don't have to prep the part. I believe there was some frames in the video as well that had targets on the frame, but not on the part.
That's right. Thank you, Josh. Okay, moving on to the next question. There's a, Connie asks, is there a limit to part weight or size? I believe this was mentioned during the video, but if you could reiterate, that would be great.
Sure, I can take
Frank,
this
you
one.
want that? Okay.
Thank you. So yes, there is a maximum part weight. It is 50 kilograms or 110 pounds. And it is capable of handling a 500 millimeter part, or if you're in English, approximately a 20-inch part. So if your parts are heavier, though, we do have other solutions. So please contact us at info@capture3d.com. With your part specifications, and my team can work with you on a solution that fits your application.
That's right. Thank you, Frank.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So moving on to the next one. I think this one is a good one. So Jeffrey asked, can you buy it without the safety guarding and add it afterwards? Also, is the safety guarding removable once put on?
Okay, yep, I will take this one too. There we go. Yes, you can buy the system without safety guarding. It will probably depend on your company's safety policies, though. The nice part is it can be added afterwards, and it is removable. So a lot of flexibility. Hopefully that answers your question, but Steve, our automation manager, is knowledgeable with automation guidelines. So again, reach out to us and we can discuss your requirements.
Thank you.
It's going to be company policies really that dictate it.
Right. All righty. Thank you, Frank. So the next one, I think I'll take Jacob's question. He asked, we make various small to medium-sized cassette parts similar to the gearbox you showed. How long did it take to scan that particular part? Josh, would you like to take
Yeah, I got that. So that particular part, it takes about 10 minutes or so to measure the entire part. That would be full coverage, top and bottom. So we would be flipping the part over, measuring the bottom of the part. But scan times always vary depending on part size, the amount of inspections that you might have, the features that you need to measure. We'd rather have you send us our part and let us test it and see how long it might take to give you like a real accurate timing.
Okay. Right. So it really depends on the features you're looking at, the part size, and then type of material and surface. And yeah, so it's kind of hard to give that definite answer. But for this particular part, as Josh mentioned, it took 10 minutes to get complete scan of it. I hope that answered your question, Jacob. And moving on, we have Arjun who asked, I'm sorry if I'm not pronouncing your name correctly, Arjun. We currently have the ATOS core scanner. and rotation table in our R&D department, and we use them on a daily basis. Can we use our existing scanner and just add the GOM ScanCobot, or does it require a different type of core scanner? Great question, Arjun.
Yep. Yeah, I've got this one, Josh. And yeah, that is a great question. What's nice is GOM does provide a nice upgrade path. And yes, you can use your existing core sensor, but you might have to upgrade your current software package. If you can email us your serial or dongle ID, our team can research your configuration, and we can send you a quote for the add-on to your existing solution. So hopefully that answers your question.
I hope so too. All right, moving on. So there's another good question, and we are obviously asked this so frequently, and it came through from Jason. What if we don't have CAD for the programming? Josh?
Yeah, I can take it. If you don't have CAD, you can still scan the parts. So if you saw in the video, there was this function called equally distributed measurement positions, where you saw the half sphere, the cylinder. And basically what that does is that allows you to scan a part inside of a virtual measuring room without CAD, without fear of running the scanner into the part or anything like that. But with CAD, we have a lot more features that we can use. So it allows us to use our smart teaching function, where we can just tell the system what we wish to measure on the CAD, or maybe an element on the CAD, like a cylinder or something, and it will automatically position the CAD or the sensor to measure that, but also find the best path to get to that position. And also using CAD for the inspection side of things, it has all that nominal information in it. So when you're inspecting a part, you don't have to hand key all those nominal values. It'll automatically pull those from the CAD and populate the inspection reports. And with CAD, there's PMI. So if you have that set up, we can automatically bring in product measurement information and automatically build the inspection off of that. So yeah, CAD's probably the best way to go, but you don't have to have it. No.
Okay, thank you, Josh. So we are kind of getting to the end of our event, and I'll take 2 more questions. And I know there's still quite many questions left unaddressed, but we are not gonna ignore those, right? So we'll contact you to answer your questions afterwards. So moving on to the next question, we are looking to automate our inspection processes. This question actually came from Christoph, and he asked, would it be possible to send in our cast parts and have them scanned and inspected with your cobot? We'd like to know how long it takes to program and scan them for benchmarking purposes.
Absolutely. I don't know, I'll take it, Frank. We do POCs all the time, so they're called proof of concepts. So if you send us your parts, we can scan it, give you some inspection call outs, give you a detailed report of the process. If you want more than just a couple measurements, we can do a full in-depth inspection report for first articles, or if you have multiple parts that you want to scan, we do scanning services as well. So yeah, absolutely, send it our way, and we'll scan it for you.
Yes, absolutely. Thank you, Josh. So I'm gonna make this a last question. So my factory's labor-intensive shop with thousands of part numbers that are all unique in size and shape. Is this something that might work for us? This came from Mike.
I'll take this one, Sonia.
Thank you.
Yeah, it would be helpful, to take a look at your operation and get an understanding of, how big your parts are, as well as what your inspection requirements are. But the ScanCobot is great for low volume inspections, as you heard earlier from Steve. And, if you are running high volume part throughput, then I would recommend one of our scan boxes for that. But again, reach out to us so we can help analyze your needs against our technologies. That's probably the best way to do that.
Okay, thank you, Frank and Josh. With that, we'd like to end our event here, and we hope everyone got something out of our lunch event today. And thank you so much for attending, and we hope to see you again at our another event. I hope all of you enjoy the rest of your day and stay safe. Thank you.
Thank you, everyone.
Okay, thank you.